Okay, another video. You're thinking like no videos for a month and then yeah. Well, it's just I guess I'm not busy. It's the thing. Not busy probably because of the AI, right? Anyway, I wanted to show just if you're doing your image generation outside of Comfyui, how you can just prepare a folder, of a load of images and just feed it into the image generator. So here I did a little scribble because I thought that kind of like not nothing great, obviously pretty awful. And then I asked it to add the scribble thing, paint layer, and generate something. So I like this one. So what I'm going to do is but I don't really like the lighting or the texturing. It's quite dark. I want it like midday or something. So what I'm going to do is convert it to line art. Select the appropriate layer, and then just there we go. We need that little button there. And then that will convert it to line art, and then we can use the new nice line art that's not terrible, and generate a load of future in daytime. Because it's all really dark. So that should give us 10 at 1K 1024. It's pretty low res. That's kind of the way to work, is to do low res, and then when you're happy, upscale it. Seems to be the current sort of thinking. Come on. What else? So yeah. So what I'll do is, as soon as it generates 10, I'll save them all off. And then okay, what we're looking like. That's pretty cool. I'm not so sure I'm liking the light stuff really. All look the same. What you can do is if you want a bit of variety, is you can turn down the importance of the control net here. So something like, at the moment it's at 50. If you go beyond, it goes a bit it's sort of too constrained, if you like. We want it less constraint, perhaps, so it sort of imagines stuff a bit. So let's try that. I mean, as you can probably tell, I've been messing around with this, the AI stuff. I don't know, like that transformer or something. I quite like that, although I'm thinking we might have to get the symmetry, we might have to cut the model in half and mirror it. And then we maybe get two models out of it, right? Or two different versions. That's pretty cool. As the robots go. See, the other ones look pretty toy-like, and I sort of. But anyway, use whatever, to even draw it if you want to keep it traditional, and then feed it to our AI overlords. I like this one, I think, out of all of them. But I'll go with a few. So let's go save this, export, PNG. Oh yeah, I was messing around with the gynoid. Let's call this robot 1. So I'm going to do a PNG for us. PNG. Okay. Okay. What other one did I like? I like that one. So I guess the idea is to do a load, and because it's pretty quick at generating the model. No. Maybe that one. That one. But yeah, the mirroring is the only ever if you the top tip for modeling tip, it's only model half, or when you see if there's symmetry in an object. Anyway, export. I'll go 3. Okay, so are the other ones I like? I quite like that one too. I like the ones without the sort of. Okay, let's go with that one. Okay. So like I said, I'll do a load, 20 or something. I'm just trying to. Okay, let's go with that. Let me pause the video and get Comfyui going. Okay, you see we've got the gynoid there. So upload. I just wanted to walk you through the. Sometimes these can be a bit. Come on, right. Robot one. Okay, and then we'll just go. I'm going to leave everything. I'm happy with everything, I think. So go like that, and then you can go. While it's doing it, you can go. Keep doing it, and you'll see what I mean. So now we have a different one, robot 2. Like that, and you'll see up here. This is the queue, right? So you can keep going along and go through your whole directory of stuff that you want 3D. Okay. I think you can even have change workflows as well. It will just, add it to the queue. Because I was might have a look to see, and you can actually say, right, I want. I mean, there's no point doing it with a one image here. But if you had an image generator, you could say, right, I want 10 different image generations, right? I'm just wondering workflow. This is annoying. They have a template workflow. Anyway, I'm just going to let this go, and then I'm going to just get the template workflow, save that out as a, and show you how you can use the Stable Diffusion. I mean, I was using the OmniGen, which is a image generator, but you've got the Stable Diffusion one, which you can both you can put negative and positive prompts as well. So we could say like military robot in the positive thing, and then we put like toy like or toy. So that it doesn't look, we don't get it looking like the cartoon stuff that we had. Or if you wanted that, you could put that in the positive prompt, for example, and then set it to like 100 generations. But already we are 2 to go. I'll get Blender going. Are we done on the actual? I think we're done. Let's check. When it says idle up there, that means it's processed everything. So that's what I mean about batching, basically. File import, and then it's the last 4. What? Oh. Something's gone slightly wrong, I think. You see? Oh no, wait a sec. They are different. It's because they're the same, based off the same sketch, right? I'm not sure about this one being different from this one though. They look identical. Something's gone awry. Maybe I've done the same one twice or something. Anyway, the next thing would be to show you the Stable Diffusions or Comfyui has like template workflows. Browse template, and so just go image to see. It's got image to image, which if you want to mess with an image, that's like, let's just go with the standard one, and we click on that to show the workflow. Okay, great. So all we need to do is connect this output to the and make sure it's got a checkpoint that will model to use for the thing. And you might want to set the resolution here to 1024, but what I'm gonna do is save this workflows, save as. Okay, and then I'm going back to 3D, and then we go, and then I go image a default. There we go, and then you can, if you right click on it, you can insert it and then move it out of the way, and then we just need to connect up the image thing, right? It might take a little. It's the advantage of doing it like doing your images somewhere else. Is obviously you save on graphics card memory, because doing it here, when it loads the image generator model, it's going to use up memory. So there is that issue. Although I think we're okay at even 2K possibly. Let's try. So Battle Robot Toy. And the negative, so we don't get that sort of toy-like thing going. And we'll just try one, see if that works. Okay, it's complaining about I use a realistic vision. That's the same one I'm using actually inside Krita. It seems to do a pretty good job. What else? Also, when it saves an image, it saves with the metadata. It saves, if you generated it in Comfyui and you save the image, which is possibly a good idea. It's doing it here. It will save it with the metadata, so that if you drag the image into the workflow, it will recreate the workflow that was used to create the image, because it will have the seed number. And if you set it from random to fixed, then the seed number won't change, and it will keep saying the same. It will still be the same thing, and then you can add stuff to the prompt, and it will change it will generally look the same, and the last thing you add will be the change. So that's quite a useful trick. What else? Let's just check, see if we've. So this, I might pause the video because this might take a little bit of time to load. Oh, it's doing the stuff. Oh, it's okay. You're still looking at the model. Okay, it's doing the thing, generating the image. Okay, got a robot. Okay, we might have to take like fire or something, because we don't want that in the 3D. I mean, bypass the, because we're going straight into the thing. So see what that looks like. Yeah, the fire is. We're going to have to put fire or explosion maybe in the negative prompt, so we don't end up with explosions. Because obviously the battle robot is putting. Oh, we want it in the battle. And how long has this taken? That's it. The whole process has taken almost 2 minutes. So you can see how you could just like keep blasting stuff out. I mean, obviously the models aren't. Yeah, I mean they're not terrible. I mean, like I say, they were 3D printables. So if you wanted a whole sell a whole load of 3D print. I mean, it'd be. I think you should really go through and improve them. Make the models nice and crisp and sharp and everything, because they're a bit soft. I'm just wondering if there's some sort of filter or something you could do to do that, but probably just go in with the sculpt stuff. Anyway, let's go import GLB, the latest one. So that'd be like 22 or something, wouldn't it? Right. Here he is. It's looking pretty. I quite like that. I mean, it's very Transformer-like. And as I say, want the symmetry, just cut the model in half and mirror it. The hands are a bit awful. Sometimes it does an alright job, and sometimes it's just a mess. Okay, so let's just go back to Comfyui and put in explosion in the negative prompt. Fire. Smoke. So now we won't get any of that. And if I lock I think if I lock the seed, we'll get the same character, and it should just get rid of all that gubbins. So let's try, because it only changes the seed when you run it again. So now that's fixed. It should be the same, very similar. He says it looks completely different, but then it's a very short prompt. If it was a long prompt, I think it would. Still, it's pretty cool. That I quite like the look of that robot there. Unfortunately, we've got 2 robots in there. So maybe I should put 1 robot in the prompt to make sure we don't. So I need to speak close to the mic. But 2 minutes amount of okay, that's okay. Let's put one robot, and we'll just go random, and we'll have 4 of them. Okay, I think it's going super quick now because the thing's loaded, so it's only taking like 40 seconds or something. Although it seems to have generated the same one. Hasn't randomized. The next one should be different, he says. I'm sure I can improve there's like a diffuse thing that's going on down here, which we don't need. I think. Oh, has it got another 2 robots? Okay, well, let's just go with it. There's a weird flying block thing. I'll be interested to see what it makes with the 2, the fact that they're over the top of each other. If it can figure it out or if it's going to screw it up. I put robots. Oh, that looks... That's no good. Oh well. Oh no. I guess it's that whole thing of to be in a battle, it needs to be fighting something, right? So if I put military robot, that might be better prompt than battle robots, because that implies that it's I think I still like my first one the best, actually. But sometimes you need to see what you don't like to find what to guide you in the direction that you want to go, or push you in the direction that you want to go. I mean, I quite like this chunkiness. I mean, I'll have to do something with the legs there. And that's quite a fun concept thing of a tiny little person or a robot and a big one as a sort of concept thing. I mean, yes, there's a whole ethical issue. I mean, there's no sort of getting away from that. The lion data set thing. 40. So are we done? We're idle. So we should have 4 new models now. Although they'll all be a bit. They'll have issues. That also reminds me of the Robocop in the first Robocop, when they had the prototypes and there was the one that shoots itself. What a mess. Okay, let's stick that one over there. That was the one when we had 2 together. That looks like complete junk. There's nothing salvageable from that? I don't think there is. Maybe a leg or something to put for this one over here. Yeah, okay, so maybe I haven't done the best example, but I just wanted to show you how you can batch stuff. So once you're happy with a prompt that works, that doesn't give you rubbish, or doesn't, just creates something useful. I mean, like I say, you could just, if you cut them up, then you get back to the sort of kit bash idea, I guess. I mean, I don't like any of what's going on with the. I mean, the actual legs are right, but there's some giant block in the middle, and anyway. So anyway, I hope that gives you some idea. The sort of speed. And you could have, I guess you could, just playing around really. But but yeah, they're all going to need work. I mean, and, whether that be sculpting, but okay, well, let's do some sculpt. Rather than me go on about how they all need some work, I'll just give you the basic idea of what I'm going on about. Sort of seeing, there's a few tools in the sculpting thing, and in ZBrush, I'm not so familiar what they are. In Blender, there's Trim Dynamic, which sort of flattens things, which is, I think, similar to this one. So this is sort of nice for doing, and present, obviously if it's symmetrical, make it, it makes sense to orientate it and freeze the transforms so that you mirror your, actually make them things symmetrical to start with. But I'm just giving you a rough idea how you can try and improve stuff. I mean, there's a great a great an old ZBrush tutorial where there's this guy doing like sort of body armor, and that's the sort of classic case of ZBrush. It's where you want sort of hard surface almost, right, but you'll want the kind of organicness that it follows a body. And it's like, how do you do that in ZBrush? The first sort of thing everyone makes in ZBrush is usually like a zombie or something, right? So the idea of how to do hard surface, but it is possible to do like a hard surface in ZBrush, and for some cases, specifically things like armor, body armor, and but you can see how you can improve things before you retopologize it, is what I'm trying to say. So see if we can crisp up this edge here. Will that do that for us? But yeah, it's a bit rusty, but you get the sort of general idea. Is you can this flatten thing, so you flatten planes basically, and because it's the kind of, you want to make things look deliberate, right? Because this is the problem with what's going on here. Just have all this flat, right? Is what I would suggest. Okay, this is sort of getting just into sort of aesthetic stuff, but I would, if there's a clay fill. Okay, I'm slightly out of my depth with the not knowing my way around all the sculpting tools. I'm going to have to watch some sculpting videos. I mean, I'm much more familiar with ZBrush, and you'd like flatten that off and just make everything look a bit more deliberate. And instantly when you do that, it looks more man-made as opposed to this sort of slightly blobby, everything looks like it's kind of made out of wax and slightly melted. But I think still it's a good start. Okay, I'll stop the video because it's getting a bit rambly, but yeah, so that's how you do batches. I would, as I say, either do it all in Midjourney or wherever you like to do it, or you can do it directly within Comfyui using its own image generator, providing you provide it with a model. Okay, that's it.